What's going on, everyone? Today is day 2 of my made-up 90-day challenge, Monday through Friday. Again, the $500,000 challenge is over, but wanted to keep making some videos, and actually got a question yesterday that I'm excited to answer. And the question being, I'm not sure if I phrased it correctly, but it's why do we use cash for purchasing our homes? Like, can't we go to a local community bank or just any local bank and get a renovation loan? And the answer to that is yes, but there's several reasons why I prefer to use cash every single time that I possibly can. In fact, even if it costs slightly more to use cash, which it usually doesn't, again, depending on the exit strategy, but even if it costs more to use cash, and this is point number 2, but I should have made it number 1 and in bold and highlighted in the description, but is simplicity. Just the fact that you're not having to communicate, you can close faster, you have a stronger negotiating power. Like, it makes the entire process so much simpler. And when you're doing volume, when you're doing more than, like, doing one home a month is a lot of work. Doing 2 is double the amount of work. Doing 4 from 2 isn't double the amount of work. It's like 5 times the amount of work. And then same thing to 10. Like, you would think it's linear, but the amount of work needed to actually scale your business like that is exponential. And so every single area that you can make simpler is just going to be way better off for not only yourself and your sanity, but for your team as well. So, I mean, and think about it from a seller's perspective as well, is when you're offering cash, they have, again, that's where the more negotiating power comes, is they have a lot more confidence that you're going to be able to close this deal, in the faster time frame. It's easier for the title company. It's just every single step of the way, it's simpler. So if you can, I would highly advise it. And if you find a good deal, you can go to Sharp Mortgage here in Tulsa. I'm not sure what they're currently charging. I think it's like $12.75 and 1 point. But again, like the speed to close, the simplicity, not having to request a draw on your renovation loan, not having to send pictures, not having to keep track of all these receipts, which you probably would even with Sharp your first couple of homes. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is so much simpler. And again, the cost is comparable, so even if it was slightly more, I would still pick buying with cash. Even if I was going to refinance out with a local community bank later and pay 1 point here and another point there, again, I always, maybe if it was one home, I'd take it back. One home, I probably wouldn't. I would, maybe go through whatever the cheaper route was. But when you start to do volume, you got to make decisions like that. And the other thing is, oftentimes it's actually not, most of the time it is cheaper, but it mainly depends on your exit strategy. And I think a large part of this is understanding how bankers operate. There's a lot of bankers that get paid a commission for every single deal they do, and some are on salary. But if you're a banker, especially the ones who get paid on commission, if someone brings them a huge apartment complex, a $10 million apartment complex, versus you bring them a $60,000 house, what are they going to be more excited about? Well, the apartment project, clearly. I mean, they get paid a commission. They probably make a lot more money on that, so they're going to spend a lot more time focusing on that. So if you can use cash to buy houses and then do refinance 2 or 3 at a time, not only do you have more negotiating power with the buyer on the front end, but you can negotiate your points, your fees down for a refinance, and that banker's going to be a lot more excited about the refinance to get you a better rate and the terms that you're requesting. So that's what we do. We'll buy with cash, and fairly recently that we switched over this. We've used to just do 1 at a time, refinancing, and now we're going to start bundling those up because we've noticed that the fees and just negotiating power is so much better. So if you guys have any more questions on that, feel free to reach out. But the biggest thing, and the underlying tone of this message, is understanding other people's motivation and what makes their life easier. A cash purchase for a seller makes their life easier. Refinancing 2 or 3 properties at the same time is going to excite a banker, and it's really as simple as that. All right, so this is day 2. Again, this is not the $500,000 challenge anymore, but we're always still raising money. If you have any more video ideas or something you want me to talk about, please reach out. And if I forgot a benefit, please add it in the comments. I know there's a lot of people who watch these videos, especially Aaron. I see your comments that are extremely savvy real estate investors, and can add a lot of value in the comments down there. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.